Introduction to my experiences as an executioner. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Ashleighjane. My experiences as an executioner by James Berry. Introduction. The intention of both the author and the editor of this little book has been to set forth, as plainly and as simply as possible, certain facts and opinions with regard to what is undoubtedly a most important subject, the carrying out of the ultimate sentence of law. While facts have not been in any way shirked or misrepresented, much that is horrible in detail has been suppressed, so that people who may be tempted to take up the book in search of ghastly descriptive writing are warned at the outset that they will be disappointed. It is believed that a publication of Mr. Berry's experiences will correct many errors and misconceptions as to the way in which capital sentences are carried out in England, and that it will lead to a consideration of the whole subject from a practical rather than from a sentimental point of view. The management, and if possible the regeneration of the criminal classes, is one of the most serious tasks that civilization has to face, and those who undertake such a task require all the light that can possibly be thrown upon the subject. The public executioner has many and special opportunities of studying the criminal classes, and of knowing their attitude and feelings with regard to that capital punishment which civilization regards as its strongest weapon in the war against crime. When, as in the case of Mr. Berry, several years' experience in various police forces can be added to his experience as an executioner, the man who has had these exceptional opportunities of studying criminals and crime must necessarily have gathered much information and formed opinions that are worthy of attention. Therefore this book has a higher aim than the mere recording of the circumstances and incidents of the most painful business in which a man can engage. The recording is necessary, for without the facts before them readers could not form their own opinions. But it is hoped that the facts will be read with more than mere curiosity, that the readers will be led to take a personal interest in the weak and erring brethren who form the criminal classes, the cankerworm of our social system. An explanation of how this book was written may not be out of place. The statements are entirely those of the author, though in many cases the words are those of the editor, whose task consisted of rearranging and very greatly condensing the mass of matter placed in his hands by Mr. Berry. The narrative and descriptive portion of the work is taken from a series of notebooks and a news cuttings book kept by Mr. Berry, who includes the most minute particulars in his diaries. One chapter, My First Execution, is word for word as written in the diary, with the exception that a few whole pages of descriptive detail are omitted and indicated by points, thus: the chapter on capital punishment and portions of other chapters were not written out at length by Mr. Berry, but were supplied in the form of full notes and the principal portions dictated. In every case, however, the opinions are those of the author, with whom the editor is by no means in entire personal agreement. End of introduction. Recording by Ashleighjane. Chapter 1 of My Experiences as an Executioner by James Berry. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Ashleighjane. Chapter 1 The Executioner at Home by H. Snowdon Ward. James Berry, though regarded by some people as a monster and by others as a curiosity, is very much like any other working man when one comes to know him. He is neither a paragon of perfection nor an embodiment of all vice, though different classes of people have at times placed him under both these descriptions. His character is a curious study, a mixture of very strong and very weak traits.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?